Hi, I'm Christina Johnson from the Photo Museum, here with an unboxing from home. I'm going to be showing you a really special 19th century photography technique today. I'm going to start with something on my bookshelf, and you can see some of my favorite fashion and photography books here. And this is what I would like to show you first. This looks like a book. It's tooled leather, there's gilding. Here are the pages, thick pages, and these clasps, but it's not a book. It is a photo album. I've opened up the album, which dates to the 1860s, and I think you can tell this is not a traditional Photo Museum unboxing. First of all, I'm not taking anything out of a box, and also this does not belong to the Photo Museum. This is a family heirloom. The photography technique I'll be showing you today is the tintype, seen here in the album. I've also pulled a few loose examples for you. The tintype was an American invention, and it was patented in 1856 in Ohio. Lots of fashion details to see here, from his polka dot necktie. You can see the weave of his coat, and he even has tinted cheeks. So these are called tintypes, but generally they're not made of tin. They're enameled iron. Working with the enameled iron plate, the photographer would then coat it with collodion, which was a mixture of nitrocellulose, alcohol, and ether. And once that was tacky, additional photosensitive chemicals would be applied. The blank tintype would be placed wet with these collodion chemicals into the camera. The lens would be opened up and the sitter's portrait would be taken. Then the plate would need to be taken to the back and fixed with more chemicals and dried. Throughout the decades, there were many different fads in tintype sizes, and this was the most common size. It was called the bon ton. I know that's French, and this is an American technique, but that's what it was called, and it fit well into standardized photo albums. Sitters would receive their tintype portraits in little envelopes like this. This dates to the mid-1860s, and this one does too. She signed it, "Ever your loving Hattie." Another popular size was the gem tintype, beginning in the 1860s. This one has a little decorative border around it. You can see my dog in the background. We're going to keep going. Gem tintypes like this and even bon tons were cut down from larger plates called whole plates or full plates, about 8 inches by 8 inches. And so the smaller the tintype, the cheaper in price it was. Here's another album in my family collection, and you can see this is the motherlode of gem tintypes, and they're in little decorative frames, all different colors. I'm so excited to show you this next tintype because it's a full plate or a whole plate. Compare it to the gem I showed you. Look at that. So big. I just love that someone thought this little girl was important enough for a full plate. She's probably wearing a brand new dress for her portrait, and I do want to show you one detail about this plate. The collodion coating has not made it all the way to the edge of the plate. You can see the raw metal, that dark portion right there. Exposure time for these portraits was a few seconds, which sometimes proved challenging for babies. They would oftentimes be blurry. And here you can see someone is standing to the side of this baby. The hand is right there, gently encouraging them to be still. Regarding antique photo albums, it's important to keep the photos in the original order to preserve the original maker's intent. And it's also vital to keep these objects in a room in your home where you yourself are also comfortable. I know that I'm not super comfortable when I have to go into my attic, when I have to go to a basement. The attic is really hot and dry, the basement is damp and humid, and photos don't like that either. And what about handling and storing tintypes? Well, you're used to seeing me wear gloves in the museum, and that's ideal for most objects, but if you wash your hands and only touch tintypes by the sides, that's okay. But because my family collection really means a lot to me, I do have some inexpensive cotton gloves that I use when I handle delicate surface images like this. You can see some loss on the front of this photo already. If you have loose family tintypes, you don't want to throw them into a box and have them scrape against each other. What I like to do is place each tintype into an archival envelope. This is a pH-neutral paper. You don't generally see identifying information on tintypes like someone's name or a photo studio because you can't really write or print on them. And that's also why I like these envelopes. I can record the names of people I know on them. And it just so happens that Clara here and Melvin, besides her, they were married, and they were my dad's great-grandparents, so my great-great-grandparents. And I wonder how they would feel about being on Instagram.